That's the beginning. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I'm determined that every podcast intro is unprofessional.
Yep.
Unprovoked.
What?
Unprovoked professional.
Why would it be unprovoked?
Unprovoked.
Professionally unprovoked.
What do you mean
sure.
unprovoked?
Round.
I don't know what he's talking about.
What? Unprovoked doesn't mean round?
Yeah, do you know the meanings of these words?
No. And now he's going to pull
Heavy.
the dyslexic card.
Heavy.
Of course, yeah.
Heavy?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel
What
like we
do you
need
want?
No, I think we need a light, round, unprovoked intro.
Stop saying unprovoked.
Yeah, I'm not
It's got
sure.
nothing to do with anything.
It's a good word.
Hello,
I like it.
everyone, and welcome on into the FG cast or cast,
Episode 3.
depending. Episode 3. Apologies, we completely missed a week. I don't know how my brain was scrambled. Everyone's brains were scrambled. I don't know how we missed a week. I'm so sorry. I
How
want to
did we
take
miss a week?
responsibility. I still don't understand how we missed a week.
It was a combination of a Valorant addiction, as far as I'm aware.
Here we go.
Were we just playing Valorant? I genuinely don't know.
I think recently, because there's been a few cancelled FG streams and stuff, and everything's just been a bit all over the place in terms of our consistent streaming.
Did you
But
just
I
think we had been
just
cancelled?
lost track. No, I just completely. I honestly, in my brain, I was like, "There's no way." When you told us we missed a week, I just didn't believe you.
It's
Couldn't
our
believe it.
subconscious. It's just saying, it's such a car crash that we just shouldn't continue. But
No.
we're all in it for massive car crashes, so let's go. Pile up, here we come.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's it. Let's go,
Whoop,
car
whoop.
crashes. How's everyone feeling out of 7? Maddie?
Well, I'm really tired, but I'm gonna say 5.
You've been doing
5.
manual labour all day. That's why you're tired.
Yeah.
It's been good
true.
actually, But yeah.
Well, that's good. That's cool. I would say
Yeah.
I am maybe also a 5. I maybe would be a 6, but it's quite hot and humid today. I'm feeling a bit sticky. I don't like being sticky,
humid.
I mean, I closed the
it's
door
quite
and
warm
stuff because
today.
obviously
I
we're
didn't think
doing
it was
this.
sticky.
Yeah, no, it's been
Yeah.
raining off and on. It's super humid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Off and
yikes.
on.
Off and on and on and off.
It
On and off.
tipped down today here.
Yeah.
Really? We haven't had our rain yet.
Yeah.
It's quite sunny at the moment. And yeah, it's been quite warm actually.
So how are you doing,
Quite
Charlotte?
warm.
How are you doing in the quite warm south?
I'm I was having a good day, but Jimmy's been a bit ill. So I
Yeah.
feel a bit nervous about it, which I shouldn't be. So basically he has cystitis, which is inflammation of the bladder and stuff.
Yeah.
And so he's on some medication and I just took him to the vet. I just get very anxious taking him to the vet because I get worried. I feel very maternal over this cat. It's very bizarre.
Yeah, I mean the vet is the place that pets go and don't come back from sometimes.
I know that's true. And I know it's
scary.
never going to be bad and it's
Jeez.
fine, but it's just, yeah,
That's why nobody goes to
way
hospital
go
either.
dark.
It's a place where people go and sometimes don't come back.
It's
all very dangerous.
It's true. I guess it's understandable.
Yeah.
It's anxiety.
If you were looking
Usually when
if
you're
you were
old.
looking at dangerous locations in the world for pets and for people, you would avoid hospitals and vets. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. It is very
Yeah.
valid.
There's definite
I guess.
correlation, and somebody should look into that.
Someone should check that out because that ain't adding up. But yeah, I'd say I'm a 5 because I had a good day before that. Yeah, cosplayed today for the first time.
Cosplayed? Oh my word!
I did
We don't need to hear
an
any more about
Enderman.
that.
It
Oh,
was
an Enderman. Okay, that's fine.
cosplay.
Whatever.
But we called it an Enderzaddy in our community because everyone seems to think Endermen are quite sexy because they're tall, dark, and handsome.
Interesting.
So yeah, I was never on board, but now I've just kind of gone with the flow.
See, at first I thought I was just joking, but now I'm concerned.
Yeah, but now it's actually weird because I wanted to do a proper Enderman cosplay, box head, turtleneck, because they're all black.
Nice.
But it was way too hot, so I couldn't. So I wore a black play suit, which is what I'm wearing now. It's just an all-in-one piece. And I wore some fishnet gloves and fishnet tights to spice it up. And then I drew
Interesting take.
some purple squares on my face, so it looked like the particles that they have around them.
So I guess I have a couple
was
of questions. First is
Okay,
for
go for
Matty. How do you feel about the slender Ender Daddy?
We did a poll about this. And we were like, how's Matty going to react? And then I
I
sent
don't-
him a video.
I mean, I guess
can't remember
two
what my
things.
reaction was.
on a 0 to 10 sexiness scale, where would you put an Enderman?
10.
From Minecraft at a 10.
Oh,
Okay, fair enough.
10.
And then
No
I
hesitation.
presume you were witness to Charlotte's cosplay.
I did see a little bit.
So did that get cranked up to 11 or?
Yeah, 11.
Wow, thanks.
See how I threw you a lifeline
So you're
there.
you're into Enderman. Is that what it is?
Yeah, apparently it's his jam. Cool.
I'm
For
gonna
anybody
have to
who's
take
listening who doesn't
notes.
realize, these two are a couple, so this is fine. This is working.
Yeah, it's not just like randomly asking one of the friends of the friendship group, like, so are you into it? That would be really weird, actually.
My
I guess
other
context's
question,
important here.
loosely related, are all
Mhm.
Endermen men?
That's so I was thinking about this question earlier.
Are you? That's so
in
random.
my own head, right?
Okay.
And
I'm cooking up a backstory in my head that they're called Endermen because they're like
Because they're
the last
men.
of their kind, and they're all men, and they
I
can't
mean, you
have
can't
any
breed
babies. There's no
Endermen.
procreation.
Yeah, you
So-
can't breed them. You
True.
can't get baby Endermen because
Yeah.
you can get like baby zombies.
Yep.
You can get baby
is
villagers and stuff like.
Really messed up if you think about the baby zombie thing.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
that's
it's
not
just
right.
Dead children,
That's
isn't
a
it?
Walking Dead plot right there, if it hasn't been already.
Yeah, it
Um,
really is.
But yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like the Enderman might be like human race final form.
I reckon.
Finally, the right wing snapped and just murdered all the women, and and now they're reaping what they sow.
Yeah,
nice.
And they can't even talk anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just stare at people and
I know, and
zip
they don't
around.
like eye contact.
steal
And
blocks.
just go.
You know what
Yeah.
their sound effect is
You're too
actually
woke.
when they make noises? It's called a whoop. That's what it is in the
Whoop.
Minecraft.
That sounds right,
subtitles.
actually.
They whoop,
Whoop.
whoop. Yep, they whoop.
Yeah.
That's a good.
That's quite a
that's
nice
good
word to
description.
say, isn't it?
There's a word
Whoop.
for this, right? Like the words that you say that sound
Onomatopoeia?
like, yeah, is it onomatopoeia that I'm after? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know off the top of my head. I could Google it, but I'm not going to.
be smart to
I can hear noises.
You can hear noises.
Oh, I had a muted tab that suddenly unmuted,
Nice.
and I was very confused.
Gotta love
All
that
is okay,
tab
I
stuff.
think. Jesus, how does that even happen? That's creepy.
It's the
Anyway.
person who's currently logged into your computer.
Oh, sweet. No. Great. Perfect. Love that.
Cool.
That's so
Okay. So
scary.
Enderman cosplay, fun. I mean, I feel like Minecraft cosplay as a whole is quite difficult. What with the whole cubicness.
Everybody's
Yeah,
about.
normally when you Google pictures of like Minecraft cosplays, it is people that go all out at Comic-Con and wear boxes essentially. And that's just not practical for a streaming point. Like, I don't think I'd fit in my chair, you know?
It'd be tricky. Like, it's not very ergonomic
It would.
for sure.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
But I
Everyone
guess for-
suggested I do make an Enderman head and just put it on my shelf instead of wear it. But
It's
I
kind
mean,
of
I
creeped me
wouldn't
out
be
a bit.
that.
But
It is a bit weird.
I guess
Decapitated.
as far as cosplay goes from a cost perspective, I guess just wearing boxes is pretty cheap.
It's a very cheap hobby.
I thought you said
building Minecraft
boxes. I
cosplays.
was like, why? What are you cosplaying as? To just wear your boxes, Mark? But you said boxes.
It's the
didn't
Minecraft
you?
character in the underwear skin.
Steve. Oh, well, there is a skin for that, to be fair. So
Oh yeah, there must
that
be.
is quite valid.
If his
Yeah, I
nipples
feel
are
like it
covered up.
was. Oh,
Otherwise
no
it's a step
nips,
too far.
because- I don't think nipples are allowed on Twitch, are they?
I don't
They
believe
used to
so. Yeah, they used to be, and then there was this big controversy about women versus men nipples, and
So then they were
no
like,
nipples, and they were like,
no
right, no
nipples.
nipples then.
Yeah, no nipples for everyone.
Yeah.
Either all in on nipples or none, and I would prefer none because I just find nipples in general quite weird. So I think I'd like to live in a world where we don't see anyone's nipples, rather than
Okay.
everyone's nipples.
Yeah, but if you saw nipples all the time, you wouldn't think they were weird. They're just
No,
normal.
but I see my own nipples
It's
all
like
the
imagine
time.
if you had never seen like a nose before in your entire life.
No, it's not like that though.
And then
'cause I see
suddenly
nipples.
you saw noses and you were like, what the heck? Like there's
No,
this
I
thing
don't
sticking out of your
think-
face. It's got 2 holes in it. What does it do? It produces goo? What?
Oh, for some reason my brain was still thinking you were talking about nipples, and I was like, Mark, you need to go to a doctor if your nipples are producing goo. No, like I've
Well,
seen
public
nipples.
service announcement right there for anyone listening. If you happen to be producing
nip-
goo
yeah,
out
if
of your
your
nipples,
nipples- yeah.
and obviously you're not, a mother,
Lactating.
a recent mother who's lactating.
It's not
intentionally.
coagulated milk.
Yeah, then
Ew.
definitely go see a doctor. Yeah.
Gelatinous coagulated.
All right, let's
milk.
not talk about any of that anymore. That's
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
let's not.
everyone. I'm so sorry for this weird milk.
But yeah,
talk.
I feel like you can definitely normalize these things. Imagine
What,
if everyone
milk
you
coming
knew
from your
only ever
nipples,
had
or-
like one arm,
A
and then
penis.
suddenly everyone has two arms.
Sorry.
It's like, what the heck? It's like having a tail.
No, but I don't think
But a
the
tail you
reason
can
why
manipulate and grip
nipples-
things with. I mean, what the
Oh
heck?
my god.
Oh,
And,
Some
my
people
God.
grow with tails.
yeah, it's true. In
That's
fact, there was a
true.
video of a
Some
man that could shake his
people-
tail.
no.
But
So
it
you
was
can
like
really
it was like
shake
a little
his tail
stump
feathers.
at the back.
So
It wasn't like
hang
a proper
on.
tail, and it just went.
Oh.
Dig, 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 dig.
Because we all have like a tailbone. We
Yes.
just don't really normally have the ability to grow a tail.
Correct.
However,
You
some
know-
people get genetic work done, not genetic work, but work to get
Oh, so
stuff
yeah,
like
it's like
tails
turn
put
themselves a
on.
bit more
What is
into
it called?
animals. I
It's
can't
called
remember.
genetic
But
something, I feel.
I don't wanna know.
Bionic.
no, it's not
Something?
that. Well, there's
No?
two.
Not.
There's the biohackers that like try and manipulate their body to do different things, right?
Right.
And implant 3G chips into themselves and stuff, so they can have contactless payments and whatnot on their hands. So that's
That's
a
so
thing.
weird.
Or magnets.
Or
oh,
yeah,
magnets. Magneto? Hello?
So that's definitely a thing, but I think this is separate because there's
Yeah,
other
I'm
people
talking
that
about
want
people-
to. They want to look like animals.
Yeah, or like just
So, like,
exotic things.
They'll get
so
like
they-
tattoos on their eyes, so they have like reptile slits and things like that. all
Yeah,
the time.
okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There is a name for it, but
There
I
is a
can't
name for it,
remember.
yeah, but I don't think it's the same as biohacking.
Yeah. Also, sorry, Matty, we cut you off. What were you going to say about this tail business?
So where I'm from,
You have
Tails are
tail.
normal.
I-
Sorry.
we call willies tails.
In the chemical
What? Are you
wasteland
being
of
serious?
Middlesbrough.
Yeah, they're called tails.
You call penises
Tails.
Like a
tails.
tail. Yeah.
So
when you're
what?
little,
Put your
anyway.
tail
Is this
away.
like?
Really?
Is this just
Yeah.
common in the region because they just happen to be quite large up
Or is it
there
a
and
family
they're
thing?
flopping around behind you, or what? Like,
Don't know.
Damn, Matty, okay.
I don't know the reasoning, but
Are you sure it's not a family thing? How do you know it's a Middlesbrough thing?
well,
Have
that's
you
an
heard
interesting
other people
question.
use
How do you
it
know?
in
How do you know?
school?
Yeah, there's probably lots of stuff you only talk about with your
I mean,
family.
I could just ask other people. I suppose.
Yeah, because we used to call a willy a tunky.
Yeah, that's not normal.
And then my
No.
dad called one of my teddies tunky, but I think it meant Willie in Creole, which is like the language you speak in Mauritius, but also he could have been lying because he lied about everything. So I don't know. And we used
Why
to
would
call
you name it
farts
Teddy?
books.
Sorry, when you say it
What?
was Willie, did you mean it meant penis in that language, or it was an abbreviation of William in that language?
No, it meant penis. It meant penis, apparently.
Why do you name your teddy that?
I don't know.
That's weird.
He thought it was funny, I guess.
Yeah. Nobody will know.
I called it Doogie. I don't know why I called it Doogie. Doesn't Doogie mean poo in US? Like a doogie.
Willy poo.
Willy poo.
Anyway, can we move on?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, certainly.
Yeah, go for it. That's fine.
13 minutes in. What do you
Oh,
want to talk about
dear.
first, guys?
What did you do today?
What did I do today? I worked. And I can't really talk about what I do at work because that's basically doxing.
GDPR data
What if-
protection.
You don't say it was you.
Oh, I have a friend
What?
who works.
Yeah, if you had
Oh
a
my
friend
god,
that
please
worked,
don't get
what
Mark
did
in
they do
trouble.
today?
Jesus.
I expect they
There's
answered
gotta
a
be
lot of
other things you
emails
did.
and had many productive discussions with people that they work with.
Oh, amazing. Nice.
That was good. I mean, that works.
Very
Fair.
specific. What did you do on the weekend, I guess? It's just been the weekend. We
Well,
haven't
this
caught
week.
up over the weekend.
Yeah,
have we?
so Eurovision happened.
Yeah. You watch it?
No.
Well, we watched... No,
But we-
because we watched...
But we did watch the
We
25
did watch
songs
it
in the
together.
final separately,
We
which is
did.
actually a way better way of watching Eurovision, I must say.
Actually, yeah, I much enjoyed it. I did, because
I much
it's
enjoyed
like,
it.
I much enjoyed it, because you could just choose how much of each song you want to listen to.
Yep.
There's no blabbering in the middle. We don't really care about the votes. We just wanted to know who won.
Yeah, I
which was
mean,
Ukraine.
the hosts are
Let's
the
go.
absolute worst in any Eurovision show.
Yeah.
Like, all of the filler they
mean-
put in is just cringe, always.
Mika was there, though, who
I
everyone
think
said
they do that on
absolutely
purpose.
carried it, because we love Mika.
Okay.
Mika's cool and interesting. He said something really inappropriate. I saw a TikTok where he went, yeah, my hands have got me really far. And then afterwards, he like looked at himself and he was like, why say that? Like, obviously, it sounds like he does a lot with his hands, and it's
What does
gotten
he
far
do?
in his career or something.
What did
But
you
I don't
do?
know. I don't know the context.
I hope he's a
Huh?
pianist or something.
Yeah,
Pianist?
A pianist.
I think he plays many instruments.
Oh.
Penis.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I
But yeah,
think he
I think
somewhat
you're
brought
right.
up,
Someone brought up hands.
as in, like, he made Eurovision, like, compared to who normally hosts it. I think Mika's pretty good, you know? It's quite
Maybe.
entertaining.
I don't know. Like, I think the thing is, I think no matter how good a host you are, it
Mm.
still ends up being pretty cringe. Because there's just too many moving
Yeah.
parts, right? Like there's live things going on stage. There's live connections to other countries. Although they have sort of stopped doing that now, haven't they? And made it. I don't know. It's just a hard formula to get right. And every time I've seen it, and I've probably watched Eurovision maybe like, I don't know, 10 times in my life. I've just hated it every time.
Though, right?
I was gonna almost always, because there are other people that want to watch it and I'm there.
Yeah. It's never your choice. I see.
Yeah, fair.
I just find like those types of like singing shows in particular very cringy in general. Absolutely hate X Factor. And I don't like Britain's Got Talent and that kind of thing. I find it all very cringy, people performing and people judging and audiences. I really don't like it. I've never been a fan,
in theory, like Eurovision shouldn't be as bad, because like there's in X Factor and things, there's always that one that just really is not at all good.
Yeah, true.
At least when you get to the finals in Eurovision, you're supposed to have something of the best that's available. And
non-tone deaf, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always pan out that way, but...
No, but I don't think that's being mean, because X Factor is very much staged, so... Because my cousin went on X Factor.
Oh, it's so cruel, once. Right? Like...
It's messed up. So they do a series of pre-auditions, and the really good people they let through, and the really bad people they let through on purpose, because it's for comedy purposes. Like, if you're mediocre, you will not get on X Factor. You have to be one or the other, or you have to have a really sick storyline.
Oh, it's all that story.
It's all for entertainment.
Name?
What's his name?
Wagner.
No,
Wagner?
there is there's a comedian.
Do you remember Wagner?
No.
What?
You don't
Used
know
to be on X Factor?
Wagner. He had
Wagner.
Wagner. Yeah, he
had
like
long hair.
crazy long hair.
I've never watched. I mean, well, I say I've never watched X Factor. I've seen like some clips from X Factor ever.
Fair.
Yeah, but you'd know Wagner. It's like Susan Boyle. You'd know them.
I do know Susan Boyle.
Do you know Subo?
I do not know Sue.
Still lives in the same house.
I was like, I don't know I know Susan Boyle. I don't know Subo. Who's this? Who's this alter
we're just
ego?
pals
of
like
Susan
that.
Boyle? Where's this gangster Susan Boyle at?
Subo.
Yo, Subo.
Yo, Subo.
Where are you at, Subo? Where is she at?
I don't know.
She still lives in the same house that
Wait, what?
she lived in before.
Wait, what?
Just as a side note.
Why do you know this? Does she live down the road?
Have you checked?
No, but she lives in like
a very normal house for someone who presumably is quite famous.
Quite a small house in the middle of nowhere, I believe. I don't know. Was
she Scottish? Or am I making that up? She was.
I think she's Scottish, yeah.
I
think she lived in like a row of terraced
though?
houses.
Oh.
She sang like one song after or something.
Made an album. She released an album, I'm sure.
Really?
Oh, maybe she...
Yeah, like a Christmas album or something. And then presumably retired off that, because why not? If you don't intend to buy a big mansion, you can just live off that forever.
Died.
Whoa.
Stop, don't. Now I need to look up whether Subo is alive. Should I look?
If she is dead, find out if she visited a hospital first. Asking for a friend.
She's still alive, I think. Yes, years active, 1998 to present.
Nice. Someone's keeping an eye on her at all moments, seeing if she's still active.
Yeah.
Much like the Queen.
She lives in her family home in Blackburn, West Lothian, Scotland.
That's something else that's happening. Is the Queen's Jubilee celebrations.
That's true.
And I actually saw her. I saw her for real. Well, not for real, not in the flesh. Like she was on TV. She went to like the final horse parade or something, and I was like, surely she didn't. But she was right there, like smiling
so we have
in the
video
audience.
footage of her now. Okay.
Yeah, the deep fakes are great
there's been
nowadays.
Conspiracies. Stop.
Yeah, no, it's a
I
deep
feel like we
fake,
could get in trouble talking about this. Like it's
we
so
can't.
sketchy talking about the royal family in
What?
media.
It was one of the
careful.
Back in the
it was
day,
one of the
maybe.
practices. That's where she was.
One of the practices.
Because this has been going on for 2 years.
What's been going on for 2 years? Deep faking the Queen. She's
the Jubilee.
Practices, not practices, preparations.
I thought
like rehearsals and stuff.
I didn't
So
think
is
this
it
was
a
a
special
rehearsal.
jubilee or?
Yeah, well, it's her 70 years in service.
Oh, it's
She's
70.
too old. And
I
she's
think
been in power
75
too
is
long.
more exciting, but then again, we don't know if she'll
She's
make
not
it
going
to
to last that
75.
long.
It's the
She
Queen.
might, to
She's
be
been
fair.
living for a while. I wouldn't put it
How
past
old
her
is
to
she?
get to like 120.
How old is she?
Let me look.
I mean, if anybody's going to live a long time, it should be somebody who's got
How
access to
old
as much privilege as the Queen, right?
She's 96. Oh, she could go for a few years.
she could do it.
No,
I mean, how old was
she
she?
could
She
make it,
doesn't
yeah, she
look
could.
bad for her age. Like, do you know what I mean? She's very mobile, very
almost like
with
they've
it.
like got a young person walking around and then superimposed a version of the Queen from maybe a few years ago onto that person's face. Just saying.
She's real, Mark.
I'm sure she is.
Yeah. She wears some interesting outfits. If you just Google the Queen, she's got this lime green getup.
I'm not Googling the Queen, but I've seen the Queen wearing that lime green. She came to she came through our town. She like drove through once.
She drove through your town.
Yeah, it was a real thing. Like
cruising.
I was in school and we all had to like go out and stand on the side of the road and stuff. And
oh my God,
wait, I think she must have drove through our town as well because I remember that.
The only other time I've done that was for a funeral procession. So it's one or the other. Which one do you think it was, Charlotte?
I see.
Oh no, I definitely saw the Queen.
It was a funeral.
I know the Queen's been
Mine
to your
was
town,
because
Charlie.
we all had British flags and we waved them.
That would make sense. That's a bit of a
you
weird
wouldn't
thing
do
to
that
do
at a funeral, really.
No, you wouldn't.
Maybe black flags, but you wouldn't like. I get maybe the person was really. Well, yeah, funerals is a black thing, isn't it?
You don't
normally wear black.
I've never been to a funeral that's had any flags flown.
Well, you wouldn't wear a white, like, I surrender. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Okay, just don't wave flags at funerals. It's just... Unless, well, you get two types of funerals. Some people would actually like their funeral to be like a massive celebration. And
that's true.
Not
most of the ones
thing.
I've been to are that, which is good.
Really?
Like yeah.
I've only been to the opposite. I've only been to very
dress code is like,
funerals.
wear vibrant colours, be smiley, be happy.
Yeah.
We play stupid music, all of that jazz.
That's cool. What would you prefer? Not to think about death already, because like Touchwood will both, all of us will live a very long life.
No, just the both of us.
Not Matty.
You almost let it slip,
Trying
Charlotte.
to steal his money. We're not going to sign a prenup. It's going to be great. I'm kidding.
What kind of funeral would I like? This is an interesting question.
Matty, you go first. What do you think?
Okay.
I don't care.
You really don't care?
I mean, you will be dead.
Yeah, I mean, funerals are for the living. They're very much for the living.
If there were like people left in the world that I thought needed to experience something, I would just tell them that they have to do something really weird with my ashes, like take it round the world or something on a train.
That'd be really cool. So you want to set out like a special scavenger hunt?
Wait, hang on a minute. People cook enough.
No.
Cook my ashes into
every
day.
No, hang on. There is someone on My Strange Addictions. I remember watching this many years ago who is addicted to eating their partner's ashes.
I mean, it can't last long, surely.
No, but because they dip their finger in and get a little bit and they like suck it off their fingers. This is a thing on My Strange Addiction. I think
Nonsense.
It was their partner.
This is somebody who's just addicted to cocaine and has tried to like...
No,
like,
because
those ashes are very white.
You see them. No, they're not white. Ashes are normally grey.
I know that's what I'm saying, but cocaine isn't.
I see. No, true. No, but it's definitely a thing. There's I used to love watching My Strange Addiction. Like that woman who used to eat mattress.
Who used to eat mattress?
Yeah, people would send her different types of mattresses and she'd buy different types of mattresses. She preferred old ones because they had different flavours.
Okay. This is the sort of show that needs like a 5 years later kind of catch up. You know, like a Grand Design.
Yeah,
like,
I want to see
the
what
Grand
they are
Design
now.
and then you do like a Grand Design revisited. They need to do a revisited addicts because half of them, if not all of them, are just going to be dead. You can't eat mattress.
True. You
can't eat mattress and survive.
Well, there's one that deodorant sticks.
Yeah,
what the heck?
That looks like it'd be so satisfying to bite into, though, right?
And sprayed them in her mouth as well, like the aerosols.
That's actually poisonous. You would die.
You know how everyone was like talking about Jeremy Kyle?
Like you wouldn't survive for long.
That it was like a horrible, terrible show because it was basically just taking advantage of victims.
Yeah.
This is just the same thing, but different.
I mean, I don't know if My Strange Addiction is a thing anymore, to be fair.
Yeah, cancelled. If it's not cancelled, it should be cancelled. If anybody's out there that has power to cancel that show, cancel it. These people need help.
Because it probably encourages people to develop weird addictions for fame and like fake things. And I just don't know.
Oh, that'd be. Can you imagine?
Yeah, no,
like
definitely.
just wanting to be famous that badly that you'd just start eating mattresses and then like apply to some obscure Channel 4 show.
Do you know
or
what's
something.
crazy? Like, there's just loads of clips showing the addiction of it. Oh, obviously, it's just this like woman sitting down just eating, like she stores them in bags. She has different bags of different flavors because she chops them up.
I don't want to indulge this any longer.
There was also another woman who I think ate soap.
Of course. Why is it always eating? Did they do a piece on the people that like to marry inanimate objects? I've always found that one quite interesting.
Yes. Car. There was one that a man fell in love with his car.
Nice. Yeah. There was a lady that married a piece of the Berlin Wall, and then I saw the article because it was like the headline was woman cheats on Berlin Wall with fence. Because she then went and got married just to like a normal fence. You're like,
what a downgrade. I'm sorry, but that is a downgrade.
I don't know.
Someone's tried to marry the Eiffel Tower. Someone's
Tower.
I recently saw one. Don't know what. It was a clip from a program. Hope it wasn't My Strange Addictions. Married or in love with their pool. Their swimming pool. Their home swimming pool.
So what if somebody else wants to marry the Eiffel Tower? Because that's like quite a big... I don't know why I'm getting into this, but like, what is it?
I want to know about this because I remember it being a big thing and everyone was like, how it's public. It's not actually. It's an open private, relationship. Isn't it?
I have no idea, but what if more
There's
people want to marry it?
There's something about the Eiffel Tower with you can't even take photos of it, isn't it?
To be fair, there's probably no rules about monogamy when it comes to inanimate objects, so it can probably marry as many people as it wants.
Erica Eiffel is an American competitive archer and advocate for object sexuality. She married the Eiffel Tower in a commitment ceremony in 2007.
Okay, I mean, it's not doing anybody any harm, so
she has a job.
Why not? And
she
it's
has
not
a job.
harmful to themselves.
Well,
there's pictures of her kissing it. And like holding onto it and stuff.
Okay, stop.
It could be dangerous.
Could get dangerous, yeah, okay.
I can't believe,
interesting.
That's just wild. Like, I really can't imagine. Because, like, you don't get, they must claim to get some feelings reciprocated from these objects. Because the thing with inanimate objects is they can't love you back.
Maybe that's perfect.
They can.
This is what Matthew tells us about. This is a question. If you had to marry an inanimate object, please keep it appropriate. What would it be?
What does marry mean in this context?
You have to have a loving relationship with them.
What does that mean?
Sexually?
Doesn't mean you have to have sex. Doesn't mean that.
But I have to love it.
You have to love it.
As in, like, my life would
might
be
share a kiss.
Objectively worse without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it would be a computer, wouldn't it? It has to be. Easy.
I think it might even have to be my car.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it has an exhaust, eh?
Or maybe my house. If I married my house, would that stop people being able to kick me out of my house if I stopped paying the mortgage?
Yes. I married it.
I'm married to it.
I'm married to the house. Good. I'll object on religious grounds or something. That'd be great. Let's do that.
I don't know what mine would be. Maybe my bed.
You'd marry your bed. Interesting.
Yeah, because like I have some of my best moments in bed. I sleep
what happens
there,
if you
comfy, I'm happy.
Go somewhere else and sleep on another bed?
Oh, you cheater.
What if you prefer that bed? Oof.
No, okay, if I prefer a different bed, I think that would be cheating, right?
Right, but you're okay to sleep on ones that you don't prefer.
Yeah, no, because that's like sleeping at friends,
That's Charlotte's guide to open relationships. Just make sure that your primary bay is the best bay.
Me and all of my wives that I allegedly have at the moment. It explains a lot, actually, doesn't it?
What you're saying is that they're all worse than someone else.
No.
Which is...
Side note.
Yeah, go on.
So, let's say you married your computer.
Right, yeah.
What happens then if you change all of the components inside the case? Is it still the same computer?
Yes,
what part
its
of the
soul
computer?
is still there because I identify it as my computer. And, it's a lot like, you'll start asking this question in maybe 20 years when, bionics are a thing. What happens when we have all of our organs replaced with machines? So
I was about to say,
if
someone who got a lung transplant, it would still be your partner, wouldn't it? It doesn't change who they are.
Have you seen Upload on Amazon Prime?
Yes.
So what if you uploaded your entire brain into a computer? Yeah. Are you still that person?
Upload is a really good show. Did we watch that, Matty, or did I watch that on my own?
It's not real, though.
Did we watch that? Upload.
Matty's not sure.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Do you know what the show is? That's how you would know if we watched it.
No.
It's about this guy. When you die, you can upload yourself to, or have yourself uploaded.
Of it.
Yeah.
And then it's like a whole world.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's weird.
It's let's not say the metaverse.
When you're dead.
We don't like the metaverse. But
I don't know what the metaverse
it's a virtual
is.
space that you can persist in. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't until Facebook called it that. And, well, it was. Yeah. It existed before Facebook, and now Facebook has ruined it. It's just destroyed everything.
I think they're embracing the creepiness that is Facebook,
they need to stay away.
Knowing everything. Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, wow.
Something about a bus.
No, it wasn't that. It doesn't matter.
Your computer replacing its parts and still being your one true love.
Yeah, it'd still be mine.
Aww.
Nobody else's.
This feels real. Like, I feel like you could potentially develop this. Would you also, do you think Katie would be open to being in your relationship, or would you want to move on completely from Katie?
I think she'd be open to it.
Really? You having a relationship? Arguably, she'd say you already do.
Quite. Sorry, are we talking about hypothetical?
Imagine you're like, no, wait, guys. I just thought we were all on the same page. So, Matty, yours would be your car.
Yeah.
Even the one that keeps breaking all the time and costs money. And
yeah. Oh my god! I went out for a little drive today.
Oh, dude.
It would not stop beeping at me. And the picture that it keeps showing me, I could show you guys the picture.
Is it the man being run over?
It doesn't exist.
It's the man being run over. It doesn't exist
on the internet.
Right?
Wow.
Yes.
Everything exists on the
internet.
internet.
It's a man stood in front of a car with an exclamation mark above the car. It doesn't exist on the
internet.
internet.
Get out immediately.
Yeah,
Exit the vehicle.
Remove yourself.
Someone's in front of the car. It's not. No one's in front of the car.
Maybe there's something trapped underneath your car. Have you looked?
Oh, I think I ran over a bird today.
Really?
Oh, well, maybe this is the symbol that says, we phoned the police, you definitely hit somebody.
You've killed someone. Matty, does it happen every time you hit a pedestrian? Is that what happens?
Not every time.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
It doesn't really work for kids.
But don't you... Oh, my God. Okay. Frantic runs over children.
This is quite a dark stream. I apologise, everybody.
Yeah, we've talked about some, like... We've talked about funeral. This is what we're going to have to title it.
Morbid today,
funerals, killing children. Like, this is going to be the podcast.
And is the Queen even alive?
Yeah. This has been a very morbid podcast so far, and I don't know if that's okay.
I had a question lined up for today.
Oh yeah, go on.
But I didn't want it to get dark, so I was deliberately going to exclude certain things from it. So the question was really just like, what do you imagine the world's going to be like in like 20 years or 50 years, right? So it's a big question, but I was gonna caveat, you have to assume that,
all is going well. Global warming is fine.
Yeah, like World War III doesn't happen, solved.
Right.
Global warming fixed. Energy crisis, everything's all right.
Okay.
Really?
Well, maybe not the last one. Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying, we're talking about like a sci-fi where we started off in a good position rather than where we really are.
Right. Okay.
Well, what would you be doing? What would your life be like, you think, day to day?
Oh God.
The same.
The
same in this cabin.
So you would just be like a museum to 50 years in the past.
Yes.
No, but when I say the same, I think that all that's going to happen in the next few bit is technology's not going to advance
that much.
Super far.
Mm-mm.
So I feel like what I have right now will just be an upgraded version of, well, what I have then would be an upgraded version of what I have now.
All right, let me put this into some context. Right.
Yeah.
So the very first like single chip CPU was, I think, released by Intel roughly in like 1970. So that's pretty much 50 years ago. It was like the start of modern computing.
Yeah.
And you think in the next 50 years,
I don't know how much further we have to go
in
terms of computers.
It slows.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because the difference between like mobile phones from like 2008 and now they've got a lot more powerful, but they do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Like
that's
certain
what I mean.
products
like,
might plateau a bit.
I don't think there's like, where would we go with computers? What is the next step for computers?
No,
other
this
than
is
them
what
being
someone needs to figure out.
Well, I'm not necessarily talking
will monitors
just about
become
computers.
holographic
Yeah, why not?
things?
Well, why wouldn't you just plug it straight into your brain?
And you see things in your... Because that's creepy.
Yeah, that's really scary. I don't want to play Minecraft VR. I don't.
To be fair...
Actually, Minecraft VR is legitimately scary.
Yeah, because a block is 1 meter tall.
I know, right? Well, I got into
That's
Minecraft VR and I was like,
crazy.
oh my word.
What the fuck?
I'm tiny and everything is huge.
How do you climb?
Yeah, mobs would be so scary. Like an Enderman? Jesus, they're tall.
Yeah, they're tall. Taller than you.
How do you
jump up a
good block? It has like an auto jump feature.
Oh, that would make me throw up.
Yeah, it's not the most comfortable VR experience.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see the symbol? Sorry.
I don't really.
I'm jumping straight back to the car.
I don't want to see it.
Doesn't exist.
You've showed it to me just now. It does exist.
It doesn't. Sorry, continue.
Where do you see yourself in 20 years, Matty? Not even to do with technology, just you and your life. I think we're more talking.
Oh
right?
yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I could go either way. Just I don't want to see some
20 years.
Extrapolation.
What do you want? Go on.
20 years.
You're gonna be.
I'm gonna be a millionaire.
3.
Billionaire. Nice.
44. 43.
Because inflation will have been so high that everybody will be a billionaire.
Sad.
Fuck. That's
Hello,
fucked.
Zimbabwe listeners.
Oh. Sad. Okay.
Okay.
Venezuela.
Or Venezuela. Yeah. So you're gonna be rich.
So you're being genuine. You're gonna be rich in 20 years.
In 20 years.
Gonna be rich.
Matty, genuine question. Will you marry me?
What the fuck is going on?
I've never been asked this question before.
I know. I thought I'd get in first.
I've definitely asked you this question before. Also,
Not
Mark,
like that, though.
is this your
That
big
was
plan to like intervene
Definitely.
and steal
I
Matty?
mean, if he's confident he's going to get rich, then
Are you
can be
in
my
it for
sugar
the
daddy.
money?
For sure.
Oh,
you thought it was just unrelated.
damn. Yeah, I
just-
thought it was
out of
completely
no-
unrelated. I was
It
just
was
confused.
not out of nowhere, was it? It was
Well,
like,
I thought
I'm going to be a
This is
millionaire.
why I was confused.
Marry me.
This is why I was confused.
All right,
I
back
was
on
like,
track.
wow.
What would you do with your many billions? Or at least more than
Not
1 billion.
much.
Not much.
Not
No.
much.
I wouldn't want like a huge house. But I'd like a car.
And like
Nice-
car.
A nice
I
car.
like-
Who
I'd
you're
like
in a
car.
relationship with, right? The car.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
no, he married this
No,
one, so
I'm
he's
in a
stuck with the
relationship with this
BMW.
car.
Are you
This
still
car
dating me in 20 years,
stays.
do you reckon? What's going on with that?
Yeah, you're still there, but you probably have another house as well.
You're
Oh,
still
we're not going to
there.
live together, are we? Are we married and divorced
we
already?
probably have 2 houses.
An international kind of
What?
relationship,
Why would
maybe.
we ever have 2 houses?
You might just want to live in different places
Because
in
we're
the world.
rich.
Just
What are
And
talking
you
about?
want like a streamer house
No, I don't.
for all your girlfriends.
I've never said that in my life.
Oh, wow.
Matty's
No, in
just trying to
20
ship
years.
me off, I think.
In 20 years.
Would
Or
we
50
still be
years.
girlfriend-boyfriend? Or would you want to be married in 20 years? Or not
People normally
married?
start referring to each other as partners when you've been together that long, even if
We
you didn't
call
get
each other
married.
partners, I feel.
Yeah.
Already.
We'd be
That's fair.
girl and boy together.
Just girl and boy.
What? What?
Girl and boy together. That's what we are.
What,
And-
just
and
friends?
what's the singular of
Girl
that?
and boy
Like,
together.
hi, this is my
Girl.
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 Ew.
Together girl.
I
This is my
hate
together
that.
girl. I like it.
This is
I
my
like, I like
together
this
girl.
term, together girl, together boy. I mean, I guess what's the gender neutral term for like
Partner.
boyfriend, girlfriend, partner? I guess that's true. But like, what about in Matty's domain?
Significant other? Together
Person.
person.
Together person.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be forever person? Do you mean
I just
that?
kind of want like a togetherer. This is my togetherer.
Togetherer. This is my togetherer that I'm with.
Bit too many rers in there, I think. Anyway,
Yeah,
interesting.
a little
All right, what
bit.
about you then, Charlotte? In 20 or 50 years, are you going to be rich too? Will
20
you have married
years.
Matty and tied him down?
I feel like I betray myself as someone who really wants to get married. Don't even know if I do yet.
It's just been ingrained in you. It's not your fault.
I know, honestly. It's the inner Catholic in me.
Yeah.
I reckon I'll still be with Matty. I'd like to think so.
Mm.
I'd like to think that I'll have another cat in 20 years also.
Well, your first
Jimmy
cat
will
won't be there
probably
anymore.
not. Yeah, I don't think Jimmy will be kicking it in. another 20.
Jesus!
No, because
Well,
he'll have to live
unless you've
for
uploaded him.
23 years, and I don't know
Could-
if he'll
Which
be
he can
23.
do.
Well, let's
No.
bear in mind for a moment, like,
I think
upload
21.
this like brain scanning technology, of course, like
Yeah.
you're not going to use it on people to start with.
True, it's going to be animals. Oh, God.
Lol, Jim,
not
Jim.
animal testing. Not for me, no thank you. So yeah, another cat. I'll be wifed up with Matthew. He'll be my wife. Don't
Yeah.
know if we'll be married.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah.
living together in a fairly nice house.
Oh, yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah. And still streaming, I hope.
Still streaming.
And hopefully making quite a lot of money. I want to be able to make a
Do you
good
think
amount of
Twitch will
money.
exist in 20 years?
I bloody well hope so. Or maybe it'll be a different
I'd say
platform.
Twitch will.
You think Twitch will survive?
Yeah, I think
really hard to tell with like these technology things, right? Like sometimes
but of all things,
they're
Twitch
just,
run by Amazon. I feel like Twitch is a good chance of being in the runnings compared to other streaming platforms.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it won't
Twitch
die,
is like
but maybe it won't be the popular one anymore.
Right.
Like everyone migrated from Instagram to
to
TikTok and things, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever jump over to YouTube.
Or, you know, what happened to Snapchat?
People still use Snapchat. We're just old, Mark.
Yeah, but people still use MySpace. But like,
no.
Is it alive? No.
Snapchat is alive.
Use
It's
MySpace.
definitely. It's just younger generations. It is.
Okay.
In teens use Snapchat.
And then like
still.
ancient people using MySpace.
So do you think your audience will come with you, or do you think it would be you would still be streaming to like the same demographics you stream to?
See, that devastates me because it's just the idea that everyone grows up and moves on. That'll be it. Will
you'll have to start
replenish
dealing with that
itself.
soon. Like I think when you hit like early 30s is when you start really noticing that like people are because like you can know that you're talking to somebody and they're young, but when you've, for example, I've known Matthew for many years now. But there are other people as well that I've known for many years. And like with most of my friends, like we're all going through the same stuff together at the same time. So it almost feels like nothing's changing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But with like when you're friends with a younger person and then they're going through things like really quite quickly, because like you very quickly go from, you know, like GCSEs into A levels, into university, into jobs. And like those are really massive transitions in your life, right?
Yeah.
Or
well, I'm already noticing that happening because, like, you guys know Dell. Dell's graduating from high school, I think, and will be going on to, like, our equivalent university.
Well,
and I don't know when any of that lot got so much older.
Old, right?
Yeah, because they were all kids. And, like,
I mean,
Nova's grown up now.
I've arranged jobs for people that I knew when they were young, you know? And I'm like, oh, this is an odd experience.
It's upsetting, but at the same time, I don't think I'll be that upset because I think with what I stream and how I stream, it's not very age dependent. Like I have parents that watch me, adults that watch me. It's not all just kids. But it is weird seeing your younger audience grow up and sometimes move on. It is kind of scary. But c'est la vie. It is life.
Well, I think that's a decent enough outlook. That'll sound okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah, and then I'll have a breakdown at some point, but that's okay.
Bit concerned, you know, obviously I'd said there was no war and, you know, no energy crisis and all of that jazz, but you didn't want to solve, like, homelessness or world hunger.
I don't know.
So you're not winning Miss World or anything over here, guys.
No, I don't want to. I want to do my best to raise awareness. I will say that. Very much in my Twitch platform, I'm trying to be a good advocate for good things. Like today we were talking about the lack of sex education in the US and how absolutely devastating it is apparently. Did you know that they just don't really do sex education in the US in a lot of states?
Yeah, it's basically a meme.
It's laughable. That's a whole nother podcast, honestly.
That's why,
the
like,
US in itself.
you know, like films like American Pie and stuff, like to us, they're just stupid. To Americans,
it's reality.
Like, somewhat eye-opening.
What is that?
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like we sort of, or at least I think of America like by default as being quite a similar place to the UK.
Right.
Just sort of on instinct, you know.
Right.
I guess because we've been like so culturally or
it's very Western,
politically linked for so long, you know.
Yeah, that's
so like you feel like the values are pretty shared, and obviously we share language, so that helps a lot. But I think I've never been, but having seen like more bits of the US, I'm kind of just like,
it's honestly, I will always refer to the US as like a different planet. They operate in like a different era almost. Like there's like a lot of things in their laws and stuff which are just a bit crazy, like this whole abortion thing going on at the moment. Like I just can't imagine. Like
that's just bananas. Absolutely.
It being made illegal. It's just crazy. But then I guess we do need to take into account the US hasn't been around for a while, so maybe this is why they are like.
I mean, you can say that, but like there's still people who have been alive as long as us people.
It's true.
And they have generations before them.
I just wonder how much the age of the United States plays a part in the
well,
fact
and there's also the fact that actually, all the people that wanted to go off to America were generally of the more extreme persuasion.
Right.
and were essentially feeling persecuted wherever they came from, which is why they migrated.
Right.
So, if you're already you're basically a country made up of lots of fringes of other countries, then you're going to get a pretty weird mix of stuff going on.
It's true, yeah. That's fair.
But, Australia are all criminals and they've worked out just fine, so.
That is so
really
fun.
well,
I keep hearing people say it and I don't really fully get it. Everyone's like, you guys
So
are
back in the
criminals.
day, back in the day, pre-America, I think, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe about the
1500s?
same time as America, maybe.
Yeah.
1700?
Not quite 1500, because obviously we discovered a lot of the world to be able to send people to Australia. But we just used to take criminals and we were like, well, we don't want to pay for your upkeep in prisons because that's expensive and takes effort and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll just put you on this big landmass that's basically unpopulated. Have at it.
Is that how Australia was born?
More or less, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know the
That is
details.
so
I should say I'm pretty light on the details, but that's the
Okay.
general gist of
Wow,
how Australia
Well,
that's
is.
why
Here, go
everyone says
ham.
they're criminals. This makes sense now.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
wild.
because they offended somebody or stole stuff from other
Yeah.
countries, just because they were literally just criminals, bussed over there on ships
Wow.
to live out their days.
I mean,
in-
Australian people are built different in terms of the types of species of animals and stuff and creatures they have there. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I just think Australians are legends. I don't know how they
Fair.
survive there.
No, me
Crazy.
neither. And I keep wondering, why is there a search for people to go to Mars and colonize a place? If you want to send people that want to live
Take
somewhere
everyone from
inhospitable,
Australia.
just take all the Australians.
It's
quits
true.
in.
They'd probably be well up for it too, because if you're not fucking terrified of giant kangaroos and absolutely awful spiders that can just murder you in a matter of seconds, you're ready for space. You're ready for Mars.
I reckon so, yeah. I think the only issue is if they did try and have a barbecue on Mars, they would just die. So
Yeah.
they'd have to resist that urge, and that might be too hard.
Plus, is there shrimps or prawns on Mars?
Shrimps, prawns.
It is apparently prawn, right?
Right.
What do you mean?
I
it's
thought
apparently
shrimps and
prawn?
prawns were different things.
Because they say
They are,
They
pop a
are,
shrimp
yeah.
on the barbie is the popular saying.
Yeah.
but they put prawns on Barbie.
But I believe it's prawns that they actually
So
do.
they called prawn shrimps. Do they call
I
shrimps
don't
shrimps?
know. I don't know.
Because they're definitely two different things, aren't they? Prawns and shrimps.
I mean, you
They're
were
two
the
different things.
veterinary person. You tell me.
Yeah.
I didn't do
Come on, you tell us what-
crustaceans, Mark.
Why?
Why
didn't
not? Seems very
Do they not matter?
seems very racist of you.
It's not. It's just. Firstly, you're talking to me like I'm a vet nurse. I'm not. I'm a VCA. I clean up shit and help take temperatures.
All right, but you
wasn't-
studied stuff. I remember
Not
you studying things.
crustaceans. We didn't do
No,
any
fair enough.
sort
Why
of
not?
aquatic stuff.
People don't keep them.
Not
I
even
guess. They just eat
dolphins?
them.
I think mandatory you have to do equestrian stuff when you get
Not
to vet
even
nursing.
dolphins.
But
A
no,
horse.
that's exotics and stuff. It's separate.
You have to
Ah.
figure out how horses poop.
Mm.
Why
Yeah.
horses poop? Where horses poop.
In the road, normally.
Wow.
Yeah, always in the road.
And then Katie
Oh, I
will rush
dodge
out
it.
with a shovel
I like
to pick it
I
up.
dodge it. I like horses a lot actually. I know a lot of people are
Even though
scared of
poop?
them, but I like them.
Oh my god!
They're
I
poop.
need.
Oh.
Sorry. I seen a TikTok the other
Oh, yeah.
day.
Hmm.
I
Right.
seen.
And it's this man walking through the woods in America
Uh-huh.
and just
Okay.
loads of cows following him.
Oh.
And he's got this bear spray out
Wha-
and he's like, back up, get away from me. He's terrified of these cows because he thinks
Oh, sorry. I
Oh,
just
no.
assumed he was herding the cows.
Yeah, me
but
too. I
he's
thought they
a
were just
random
like,
guy.
follow
no.
me.
He's like hiking and he has bear spray, right?
Oh
and
my
the cows
God.
are coming at him.
Aggressively or
And-
just walking at him?
Cows aren't no,
Yeah. Okay.
they're not. Yeah, they were
They kinda-
walking
they
over
kind
as
of-
if like he had food.
They just.
Okay.
Oh, are they? Were they? Or were they walking over like, get out of here? We are a mass
No.
of cows. Get out
Nah,
of here.
cows
We-
aren't
we'll
very
take-
Usually
aggro,
they
are
run over
they?
as if they're getting fed.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
When you've like, I don't know, like
Matty's
I
worked
did,
on a farm. He knows.
did some work experience
Yeah.
on a farm and stuff. They come over for food. They're very much like dogs.
A lot of people
Interesting.
compare cows to dogs.
And they lick you. Like,
do they? I think it's the very first time I've ever heard anybody compare a cow to a dog.
Really?
But...
No,
yeah.
it's actually quite common. It's quite common.
There was 3 bulls in the field
because
they were brothers, so they were allowed.
In the place that you worked?
Yeah, not in the TikTok. I was like, how do you know this information?
Right?
Yeah.
And they just ran over.
That's so
they knew it was food time. But anyway, back to the TikTok.
Best, guys.
Yeah, back to the TikTok. Okay, so there was a random man being pursued by a herd of cows. How many cows are we talking here? 10?
I want to say
100?
50?
50?
50?
Wow.
That's a lot of cows.
30?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I could believe 50. I mean, farmers have lots of cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were like
wild
free
cows.
range.
Free range cows. Roaming in the plains of America.
Wandering cows.
Right? I mean, cowboys are a thing for a reason, right? Because you did let cows roam for many tens of miles. Yeah.
True.
But he has bear spray and he's like terrified. He's like, he's telling them all to go away, and then he starts like bear spraying the cows because he's scared of them and shouting at them, and they're like running away and coming back, and then running away and then coming back. And he says something like, "That's terrific" or something, but in like a bad term. So I looked at the comments, and this person was like, I've never heard someone use terrific in like a bad
negative way.
And then they were like, then again, I've never seen anybody mace a cow. Like...
I guess what he meant was it's terror-inducing,
Terror-inducing, terrifying.
I guess.
And you just went, that's terrific.
That's terrific.
Help.
I'm so panicked I can't even think of the words.
That's so mean, though. I'm sad that they got sprayed. They were probably just excited.
Is bear spray
It looked
mace?
like they wanted food. Huh?
Or is bear spray mace, or is it just a smell that bears don't like?
I really don't know. I think it's probably mace, right? It makes sense.
What is
to
mace?
Just make that.
I actually don't know.
Mace is pepper spray, basically.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if it was like very pepper spray. Oh, the poor cows. I hope they're okay. Yikes.
I'm sure they were fine.
I imagine they were fine.
That's terrific. Sounds like he was doing an advert for the spray or something.
No, if you don't know.
Well, also, if you get surrounded by cows and then you startle them, they'll just trample you.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anything, he's aggravating them. Like, I'd run rather than spray something. Even
they
a
wanted
bear.
Food.
I don't think I'd spray.
What they looked like they wanted was food.
Would you not run?
I'm not sure you'd run from I think if you run from a cow, it's going to just run after you.
What are you meant to do if a bear sees you?
If they're like dogs, right? A bear.
It depends what bear it is.
Yeah,
you're meant to stand your ground, and Matthew and I'll run away.
Really? Is that fuck's sake?
No, so it depends what bear it is. Black bears are very timid, I believe, so you can actually scare black bears away.
Cute.
Grizzly bears are not, I don't think.
How do you tell
grizzly
if
bears
it's a grizzly
you.
bear?
Okay, I'm going to give you a tip.
They're much bigger.
If you're going to go anywhere where you think you could encounter a bear, you should look up what the official advice is for how to handle bear encounters.
Okay.
If you haven't done that and you encounter a bear, it's your fault.
Should have done the research beforehand.
You know, how mad is that, by the way?
Bear protocol.
There's no wolves. There's no bears.
Yeah, we live in a good
tigers
country. I'm so happy for us.
It's because we murdered them all many years ago.
No, but actually that is one of the wonderful, not the murder, one of the wonderful things I love about living in England is that we're so lucky that we don't have really scary animal species or weather. Like our weather's quite good. We don't have that many, touch wood, natural disasters because of our location on tectonic plates and stuff.
Just flooding.
Like, there was that one time we had that hurricane and that was like 1984 or something.
Yeah, I think we're quite like that's why I'm very much uncomfortable living in this country. Like living, like let's say you wanted to move to the US or something. Like geographically, you'd have to always be very considerate of things because you know they get earthquakes, they get hurricanes, they get tornadoes.
Well,
it goes for a lot of countries, but
it's a
England
big place.
is a nice outlier.
Right. Someone I know got their roof replaced because of hailstones in America.
Wow.
Yeah. But actually, to be fair, in France, they have golf ball-sized hailstones sometimes.
That's crazy. Can I tell you bear protocol, by the way? I just looked it up.
Please.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Bear protocol. Walk away slowly if the bear is not approaching you. If the bear charges, stand your ground. You cannot outrun it. Don't scream or yell. Speak in a soft monotone voice and wave your arms to let the animal know you are a human. If you have pepper spray, prepare to use it. You're meant to do this.
This is
Hello,
bull.
bear. I am a human. Don't attack me.
No, but it totally depends what bear it is.
Right.
Grizzly bears are massive, right?
I mean, you've just read this off the internet, but who wrote it?
This is by
Cite your
PBS.
source.
PBS?
PBS.
What's that?
Public
I don't
broadcasting
know.
service in America?
Public bear situation?
Public bear
Yeah.
situations.
Oh no!
It's run
wait,
by
hang
bears.
on.
It's a trap. If a bear charges at you, stand
So
still
this
and let
is-
it maul you to death.
This is about grizzly bears. This is about grizzly bears.
Really?
You'd have to be
specifically.
really like.
If you
No, yeah,
if you were
charges,
panicked, right, and a bear charges at you, were you really gonna have the presence of mind to just stand still
Just
and
stand
wait?
Yeah,
still.
apparently if it makes contact, you have to curl up in a ball on your side or lay flat on your stomach. Try not to panic, remain as quiet as possible until the attack ends.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you
Don't
ha-
let it get at your
protect
soft
vital
innards.
organs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So if it scratches you,
So-
it's your spine. Nice.
Oh
That's a
God.
grizzly bear
Yeah.
because you can't outrun a grizzly bear and they're sort of aggressive. Black
Right.
bears are very timid and
I like that you
scare
call them timid. That's so cute. Like, I want to pet a black
But
bear
it is the
now.
case.
Oh,
They're
they
like-
look cute. Have you looked up pictures of black bears? They're
Have you
adorable.
not seen videos of black bears being in people's like gardens and people's
No,
pools?
that's
Stuff?
so funny. I love what
And
it
in
looks like when
bins.
bears stand up, though. They look ridiculous when they're just like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
you,
they do
see,
look
you see their
ridiculous.
full length. Bears
Also,
are
when they're
cool.
wet, they look terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if I saw a wet bear, I'd be running, regardless of what bear. I think I wouldn't even know the difference between a grizzly and a black bear. I'm just
The
not
black
going in
bears are
with bears,
very
guys.
black. They are very black.
I think they're smaller as well.
Yeah, they look
Okay,
smaller and
that'd
their
help.
faces are kind of fox-like. They're not like very teddy bearish. They've got quite long snouts.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, fair enough.
They look
I
really
feel
cute.
like black bears in like America and stuff are like similar to like what they do, feeding habits and stuff, is like foxes.
Okay, so just treat them like a fox. Like, just leave them.
Like a fox.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
grizzly bears
foxes
look
run away
fucking
when you.
terrifying, I will say.
We
Yeah.
feed foxes over here.
Yeah, we don't feed ours. We let them lounge in our garden, though.
I don't think you
Jimmy
should
likes
feed
playing
bears. I
with
think
them.
that's a recipe for
Yeah,
disaster.
don't. If you see it, just don't go near bears, guys. Just that's
Yeah.
my story. My PSA. Don't go near bears.
Or hippopotamuses.
Oh yeah, or
Hippopotamus.
rhinos. My sister once got charged at by a rhino on a safari.
Well,
in
apparently,
Kenya.
I think hippos are like the most lethal creature in
Yes.
Africa or something like
Yes,
that.
they are. Their jaws
murdering
are
people.
so powerful. Yes, they are fucking terrifying. Hippos.
Yeah, they kill more people than sharks
Yep.
do or something.
Yeah.
Hippos are
Yeah.
terrifying. If a hippo goes
They're
to
fast.
eat you, you're done. Like, you don't survive. That.
I mean, a hippo wouldn't want to eat you, I don't think, but it would,
it would
attack
attack
you to
you.
defend itself if it feels threatened, and it will accidentally run over you or deliberately run over you. And they're fast as well, hippos.
They are
Very.
fast.
Like, they're not just water
Big,
horses, they're
chunky,
land
fast
horses
boys.
too.
Yeah, but rhinos are the same. Rhinos are terrible. It's just crazy. There's a lot of scary animals that you don't want to get on
Yeah.
the wrong side of. And this is why you should
Not
be
in
nice
the
to
UK
animals.
though.
Not what?
So the UK is like the inverse of like Jurassic Park, where
Exactly.
the rest of the world has all these crazy creatures, and we're the island with nothing in it.
Yeah, we
With
just stay
nothing.
here like, don't come near us, please.
There's foxes, there's pigeons.
Yeah, seagulls.
You've
Seagulls
convinced me.
can
We
be a
need
bit
to-
vicious and steal your chips, I guess. You know.
We need to increase our border patrols, I think, and stop
Honestly.
all immigration into the country.
Well,
it's too risky. What if somebody brings a baby hippo into the UK? Oh my
we're
god.
fucked. We're fucked.
What's it called?
No, there needs to be at least two, like Noah's Ark.
Customs.
Well, we've got zoos, so there is some deadly animals over here, but they're
you're
in
right.
zoos.
We should petition to burn the zoos.
I don't like the
Burn the
idea of
zoos.
zoos unless they're sustainable ones. But then why do we have them in our country? Why aren't they in the countries that the exotic animals live in? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Because they're
justifying a
attractions.
zoo is
No,
very hard.
I really don't like the idea of zoos. I don't think.
I think
It
a lot
really
of them now
bothers me.
justify it on the basis that it's like, well, these animals couldn't live in the wild anymore. Like,
Yeah, but
right.
it's yeah.
So are you
but-
going to replace
yeah,
them
exactly.
or not?
But they're going to
You know?
continue breeding them in captivity. It's silly.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
agree with zoos. I don't think. As much as
That
I would
being
love to
said,
see a giraffe.
There are some species that exist in zoos that would otherwise be extinct, right?
That's true.
Right.
See, that's
so is
what
it
I
better
mean.
for
Like,
it to be in captivity, or is it better
no,
to be extinct?
conservation is different. Conservation is different. So there,
Oh, yeah,
there
but,
are
no, but
zoos-
conservation is more like breeding to release back into the wild, though, right?
Yeah.
But I think there are species in zoos that sort of
really?
can't be released back into the wild anymore because
oh,
they're just
I
too.
didn't know about that.
I guess they probably could rewild them at some
Yeah,
point in the
But
future.
it would be an effort, would it?
Yeah, like pandas, for example. Every time they put them back in the wild, they just like don't breed anymore.
Pandas are really difficult to get to have sex. Really difficult.
Yeah.
But at some
They
point,
just
I mean,
don't-
the thing
They
is,
can't be asked, which is fair.
I struggle with this quite a lot because, I don't struggle with it a lot, but if I think about it, I'm like, this is a hard thing to justify, and because like
Yeah.
nature is just absolutely brutal. Like it's a horrible place to
Yeah.
be. And then there's
Are we doing them a service?
So do you want to respect the natural order of things, or do you want to like intervene? Does it really matter? What's better?
Yeah, it's just drawing the line
cats and dogs,
on human
right? They have
intervention,
great lives.
I know. It's a tricky thing. It's a very tricky thing, I think, to figure out whether.
Well, think about like we are animals as well. Mm-hmm. So what we're deciding
is natural.
Natural. Yeah.
Ew! I hate that. That's so meta and strange.
It's a circular logic that you could use to justify anything. If anybody came at you saying that, that's unnatural, you can say, but I'm natural.
Sure.
And I've decided that
and I'm thinking
I'm going to murder you. No, it's unnatural. No, is it?
Sure, that's unnatural.
Wait, who ever argued that murder was unnatural?
No, that's fair. Maybe a bad example there. I don't know why it's straight to murder.
That's interesting, Mark. Very telling. Very
Freudian
very
slip.
Telling. Oh no. Everyone be on the lookout for grizzly bears, black bears, and Mark. He's just a fucking murderer.
I'm embracing nature.
No. God, you get people like
brutal.
that. That's what cannibals say. Anyway, cannibals is for another podcast. This has been long enough. It's been an hour.
It's been exactly an hour. We've
covered a lot. We've covered funerals. We have covered dead animals, brutal, scary animals. A
brief glimpse into the future where everything is okay.
Yeah. It was quite
and the
a
Queen
morbid
is dead.
stream. No, we're not confirming nor denying. We don't know. We're not talking about the Queen's.
No, I have no insider knowledge at all.
Yeah. But I
can't talk about my job. Unrelated.
You work for the Queen?
It'd be wouldn't it be great? I would love to be the people that start those conspiracy theories. Sorry, I know we're going over time, but like, just to like, I'm just fucking with them, and then you just set this hair running. It's like, oh wow, that snowballed.
Yeah, like, oh shit, my bad. Do you know what would be crazy, Mark? Because we actually don't get to see what you do for work, really. You could be working for MI6 and we wouldn't know. Isn't that wild?
Maybe I wouldn't know. Maybe MI6 is using me.
What the?
Bum, bum,
bum. To be continued. Maybe we'll talk about. Okay, next podcast, I want to talk about some conspiracy theories because I feel like this is opening a rabbit hole.
SpongeBob. Oh wow, that's dangerous. But yeah, I'm game.
SpongeBob
Let's explore
conspiracy theories. We've been down that rabbit hole.
I mean, flat Earth has got to be in there, right?
Yeah. What about we all find a conspiracy theory for next week's?
What if we all make one up?
No, Matthew's starting his own.
Okay, I'll tell you what, at the end, after we've explored a few, like one conspiracy theory each, we will make one up between us for the end of the podcast.
And then we're going to spread it like wildfire.
Wait. But what if you have the choice? You can bring one with you.
Or like two truths and a lie.
Can make one
we have to say whether it's a real conspiracy theory or not.
No, this is what we'll do. Okay, ready? We'll bring it. Okay, because of time, bring two conspiracy theories. One you've made up, one that's real. And then try and make the one quite not a popular one that everyone will know. Like, let's say, the Titanic wasn't the Titanic.
We're supposed to try and fool each other. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, that's so fun.
Sorry, what was that one? The Titanic is not what?
Apparently, the Titanic was not the Titanic and has switched out with a sister ship.
I've never heard
that is a theory.
I'm really looking forward to the next podcast now.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to hear three of these.
Or did I just make that up, Mark? Whoa!
There is three.
Mark's face right now. Dead
we need to stop before my brain melts out of my nose. It's a
well,
feature that you've never seen before in your life.
I guess. But FG Cast, we're going to be talking about conspiracy theories and get excited. And maybe in the comments you can leave us your favourites. But should we tell people to leave things in the comments? If you make it to the end of the stream or the end of the cast. Oh, but there's
tell
only
us if you've ever encountered a bear.
Yeah, tell us about your bear tactics.
And what you did. Because you're alive.
And you should write a story about it, because that's impressive. A biography. Nice. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. No, thank you for listening. Sorry.
Bye.
Listening, yeah.
Have a good week. We'll see you next Thursday. Unless we forget
next
again.
Thursday. Ciao.
Goodbye.